Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It is Tuesday. We are live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Vimeo. I am one of your hosts, Eric Alleridge, Senior Vice President of Tilson Homes, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family. So grateful you're joining us here today. And I'm joined, as I am every single week, thank goodness, by the great, the marvelous, the magnificent Vice President of Marketing and Customer Experience for Tilson Homes, Mrs. Dawn Dantzler. Hello, Dawn.
Hey, Eric.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Pretty good. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We have had lots of gorgeous weather of late, so we're very grateful for that.
Nice.
Trying to get some homes completed for these good folks, dodging and navigating all of the supply chain issues, and we wake up every day with something else that we can't get, which is exciting and challenging and frustrating all at the same time. So yeah, that's what's going on in our world. That's what's going on. How about your world?
All right. I'm going well. Just, trying to get everything, all of the marketing stuff prepared for next year and just, getting everything out there. But I can see that people are joining us, but everybody, if you could, drop where you're building, where you're tuning in from. Is this your first time watching? What are you most excited about seeing today? Drop it in the comments and we'll be happy to answer those.
Yeah, we love hearing from you guys. Love knowing where you are in the process, kind of what questions you may have, everything that goes into all things building on your land. So we are here to talk about, now we have a format that was very well received, although it happened on accident. So
yes.
We're going to be trying that again because you guys seem to have liked it. But so yeah, you tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what questions you may have. We can answer anything you want to know about design, financing, getting your site prepared, how to look for land, what you should look for, what you shouldn't look for, what's going on in the industry right now. Of course, right now would be, at 5 minutes after 2 p.m. Central, that could change in the next hour that we are on this live together. So
very true.
Yeah, don't forget the point of all this, guys, is so that you guys have the absolute most and best and most current information you can possibly have to make the best decision for you and your family. If that happens to do with Tilson, fantastic. If not, you better be out of the state of Texas. But we can still help you. We can still help you with questions. So, Dawn, who we got joining us?
All right. We've got Tracy, building in Henley, finally released to construction, hoping to meet with our supervisor on Thursday or Friday. That's awesome. Oh, congratulations. That's great. We got Wendy, who says she's watching two of her favorite people.
You should tune into this show instead. You should watch those.
All right. We've got Shannon coming in from Wood County. Has the color selections tomorrow and stakeout on Thursday. Ooh, very exciting. Send us pictures. We love pictures. And we've got Rebecca from Kyle moving to Driftwood one day. Foundation will be poured soon, building a rock wall.
Oh, awesome. Nice.
And we've got Denise saying accidents can be awesome. She's watching us from Austin. Yes, when we accidentally found that this is a great format, it was a very good thing.
We're definitely the Bob Ross of Facebook and YouTube Live. No doubt about it.
Yes. Got a happy little accident. Just make it a tree. It's fine. We've got Megan hoping to build an Angelina in Nacogdoches County soon. Fingers crossed. Timber being processed now.
Okay.
Awesome. And we've got Bridget with a question. Do you all build in Belleville?
Ooh, yes, all the time. Yeah, Austin County is one of our favorite places. Go Belleville Bramers. Good, nice place to raise kids. Yeah, absolutely. We have folks that a lot of times will go to our Katy location. It's not far from there. But also our Bryan College Station location is not very far from there as well. So yeah, we do build all around Belleville and the surrounding areas. Big places like New Ulm. Big metropolises like that. Yeah, we're big fans.
All right.
Yes, absolutely. Love to help you, Bridget.
All right, Jesse. Hey there. Got that contract signed this past Saturday. Canyon C, here we come. Yeah. I saw your name come across my reports. I was very excited. Let's see. We got Jackie building a San Jacinto in Magnolia, hoping to see dirt moving this week. Okay. Awesome. Kristen, this couldn't come at a better time. We were set on the Canyon, but just switched to the LaSalle. Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Jessie says her husband is watching, so she needs to be on her best behavior.
No changes, Jessie.
All right. Tracy is asking, where do we send our progress pics? You can send them, you can message them to us on Facebook, or you can email them to tilsonnews@tilsonhome.com. Either way, we'll get them. And then we've got David saying howdy.
Oh, David, you got plans this Saturday? I was thinking about maybe going to the A&M game. I'm looking for some people who want to go with me. If you're not doing anything Saturday evening, maybe. I have plans Saturday evening. I'm supposed to be in Georgetown somewhere Saturday evening.
Yeah, there's something happening. Something
I don't
happening.
know why I need to be there. So.
Yeah. David's getting married, everybody. So congratulations to David. Megan, I just discovered an Angelina will be at the Waco location. Is there a project completion date? Would love to walk the space. I would love to be able to give you a completion date, but everything is very unpredictable right now.
Yes, we are Tilson customers as well as Tilson builders right now.
Yes.
And so we're getting to experience the Tilson customer side of it as well in our construction, not only in Waco, but actually even in San Marcos. Or lack of construction in San Marcos. We do have the slabs down in Waco, and we may do some things up there. A little sneak peek plug. We may be doing some little events up there between now and when we actually start framing. We're going to be taking a little bit different tact up there, so stay tuned. But yes, we're looking forward to getting an Angelina model built there in Waco, and we'll keep everyone apprised, of course, as that progresses.
Yeah, if you want to walk the slabs, you can do that. You can kind of walk the space.
Yes. Oh, you can walk it for sure.
Yeah. Be great. There's no walls in your way. You can just do whatever you want. David's saying don't get him in trouble.
Okay.
Okay, David, we won't get you in trouble.
We'll stick to the Georgetown plan Saturday evening. We'll stick to that.
All right. And we got Neil coming in from Mansfield. Welcome,
Neil. Okay, so speaking of the format, Dawn, what are we going to be looking at today? What's going on?
So today we're going to be looking at some pre-recorded video of our LaSalle model. We just found that format worked a little bit better than trying to do the live tour because sometimes internet is a little bit shaky, particularly in that location because it is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. The LaSalle is absolutely one of my favorite models. And I think one of the things I like the most about it is it's true, like where a Tilson home would be built, where a lot of our other, design centers and model homes are built along really busy highways. The LaSalle is tucked back there in Huntsville and Texas Grand Ranch. So really kind of in an area where we do build a lot of homes and it just feels very, just very genuine, like your house would actually be when you built it out on your acreage. So we really got to show off the outdoor living space because it's not loud like it would be everywhere else. It's a little harder to enjoy our back porches and in other areas. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great because it shows up how tight our homes are because you don't hear any of that traffic inside. But with Huntsville, you can really kind of be outside and experience that model. Plus that master bathroom.
It's pretty killer.
Yes. Very beautiful. So I am going to go ahead and jump right into the first video. We'll talk about the outside of the home and show off that family room.
Let's check it out. Hi, I'm Eric Allard, Senior Vice President and member of Tilson's Fourth Generation, and I'm so glad to have you join us today for a tour of our LaSalle model home in Huntsville, Texas. The first thing you're going to notice when you come up to the outside of the LaSalle model is all the different natural elements that we use on the exterior. So you're going to see stone, you're going to see brick, you're going to see cedar accents, and all the different ways that we use those to contrast and complement one another. Okay, as you enter in off the large front covered porch on the front door, the foyer is going to open up to the huge living area with these massive windows that look onto the outdoor living space. And you cannot help but notice how the outdoors are brought in. So as soon as you get to the living room, you're going to see why it's the heartbeat of the home. You're going to see a big fireplace. You're going to notice the large windows that are across the back of the home that bring the outdoors in, and how a family could easily relax in this space and entertain as well.
It's just a beautiful, beautiful living area.
It is, yeah. So we get a lot of course, the brick was one that got discontinued almost immediately once we put it on. But we have gotten a couple of white bricks back from Acme, so we need to be checking that out. It's looking very, very sharp. But yeah, the contrasting, the the black and the white, that's something that's very, very popular right now and has been. And it looks like it's going to, I mean, say it's not going to stand the test of time is probably not accurate, because you can go to any farmhouse just about anywhere, and it's old white.
Yeah, it's a very classic look.
Yeah, old white farmhouse has been in style for a very, very, very long time. So,
absolutely. And one of the things that we showed you in that model with the living room, you can see how it has that large cathedral ceilings. And that is an option that we're showing in that model. So I also wanted to take the time to kind of show you what it looks like. And these pictures are on our website too. But this is what that space would look like without the cathedral ceiling. So kind of showing with the regular, it's still a very high, tall ceiling, but without the box beams, kind of showing what that would look like.
Yeah, because we do get a lot of customers that kind of, well, what would it look like without that? So I'm grateful that you went through and did the 3D rendering and modeling of it so people get an actual feel for what it might be.
Exactly.
I think it has about the same ceiling height as we do in the kitchen, so it kind of naturally flows all the way through.
Yeah, it's very nice. Let's see if we've got any questions before we move on to anywhere else. We've got Isabel coming in from Fort Worth in the process of looking for land to build a Tilson home on. Should we look for anything specific?
There's a couple of things that you want to look for, Isabel. One would be you want to make sure, ideally not in the floodplain anywhere. Okay, so that's one to check out. It's very easy to find out. It should be on the survey, and if it's not, it's like you can actually put the address or the street into a FEMA website that we can maybe drop a link into, that you can find out if it is. You can see if it is in the floodplain, if it is, what zone it is. I would stay away from that. The other one would be, this is a little bit harder to find out, but clear title. So you'd want to be, I would want to open title on a piece of property and find out, make sure there's no kind of anything big, hairy, audacious, any easements that I don't know about, or any kind of loose hanging deed issues that are going to take time to affect. Those are some of the things that we find that tend to be real headaches for folks, is that they didn't close. So I guess if you'll close at a title company, that won't happen, is what we're assured. So definitely close at a title company. If you're getting a loan for the land, it will be an option anyway. You'll be closing at a title company. So the other thing would be utilities is a big one to think, because it can be very costly to get utilities run a long way. So I would be looking, as you're driving out and looking at the property, you go drive to a piece of property. On your way out there, kind of be looking up and around you. Look for transformers on the telephone poles. Look for the big gray cylindrical boxes. Is there power nearby? Find out what the neighbors, or maybe if you're using a realtor, have them find out what people are using for water. Find out if the county requires septic. If you're going to be on septic out there, we can help you out with the permitting of what that looks like. So, but utilities can be one that can really, really either drive up the price to get it hooked up, or can really add, right now, a significant amount of time.
Right.
We have some co-ops around the state that are taking 12 to 16 weeks to get power run to some of our folks. So that's a problem. That's a long time to not have any kind of power. So that's something to think about. Utility, and then other than that, there's not really a whole lot. I mean, obviously, you don't want a big creek running through the middle of it, and you don't want a cliff at the back of it that right. Things like that. But those are really just extremes. It's be very rare to find a piece of property that we can't deal with. And anymore these days, if it's real flat property, it's probably in the floodplain. So it's I wouldn't focus my search on just flat property, because that's going to cost the least. That may not be true. Go ask some folks down in Brazoria County and Galveston County if flat property is going to save you money, because a lot of those cases we're having to build it up 3 or 4 feet to get it out of the floodplain. So,
right.
Utilities, title, flood, those are going to be your big sticking points. Ask for a survey. The seller needs to provide a survey. If you would decide to make an offer, if it were my family buying land, I would require that the seller get a current survey done with the corner pins located, all boundaries and easements shown. That's a big deal. So,
Yeah. And Isabel, when you get it kind of narrowed down to one or two, you're welcome to bring the surveys in to the Weatherford office, and they can look at those with you and kind of figure out, make sure that the home that you're thinking of building is going to fit on that property, take into account all the easements and other property features.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We've got Megan coming in. She's talking about how beautiful this model is and that Catherine is amazing.
I agree with both of those things.
Yes, absolutely. We got Tracy waiting on prices for foundation and Kaufman. Everything else is done. Was told at the most 3 weeks, and we will be at 3 weeks on Saturday. On top of that, still waiting, being sent to construction. Can we give them an estimated time of when work will begin on their foundation?
So not until the foundation comes back. We need that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do anything until the foundation design comes back, obviously. And then after that, it'll be, well, we'll be going and getting that into construction. Now, Kaufman County, I don't believe that there's a real long delay like there is in the Hill Country right now from when the file gets released to our estimating team. But you're probably still talking a good 4 to 6 weeks after we get the foundation design and all that approved by you guys and our design team, our estimating team, before you'll actually see dirt work and forms to be set. We still have to do the full estimating set, but again, it's not really. It's just a serial part of the process. We can't really start ordering things until we know. Well, we've ordered some things have already been ordered. I can tell you that, just because of what lead times are like, or we've already reserved stuff for your home. But we can't start ordering things like foundation work to be done until we have the final foundation design itself. So, great question.
Yeah, and Tara, we'll take a look after the show is over and kind of see where you are and have your salesperson reach out with an update on what you can expect at this point. And then we have Linda coming in from Colorado Springs.
Pretty.
Jesse has been to visit the LaSalle. She said it's so pretty in person. It really is. This model is worth the trip, guys. Go see it. It's gorgeous. Tara, seeing this makes me so sad that I didn't change the direction of our cathedral ceiling in our build. What would be the additional cost of changing the direction of the cathedral ceiling? So based on the fact that you're already getting your foundation designed, I'm not sure this is a change we could even.
Yeah, I don't know if we can accommodate that at this point, but you can reach out to Shelley, your sales consultant, and yeah, we're definitely not going to have pricing on that because it would require a complete redraw of plans.
Yeah, because it's going to completely change the roof line and yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Jesse is asking, are landline phone jacks included in the plan?
They are. They're actually on the plans. As you're looking, they look like kind of a little circle with a triangle. We don't call them phone lines. You can use them for that if you want to. It's Cat 5e, so it's it's big enough where it could be Ethernet if you needed it to be that. Or it can be used for phone jacks. So
yeah, the beauty of Cat 5 is you can turn it into whatever you want. So it gives you the flexibility. All right, we've got Peyton tuning in from the road, heading back from the Thomas family's pre-construction meeting in Bandera County. Awesome.
Cool.
So if you guys are building in the Hill Country, you'll have the opportunity to meet Peyton. She is a new addition, new role in the company. She's our customer experience ambassador. So she's helping out all of our customers and taking a lot of those pictures. And we're hoping to roll that position out into the rest of the companies over next year. So very excited.
Thanks for what you do, Peyton. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Peyton. She's doing an amazing job. All right, we've got Wendy. I'll pop her comment up after I read it because it's a little bit long. Went to see a Tilson counselor a couple of weeks ago and was told that you all were just told by RGR that you could, so Republic Grand Ranch, that you could start writing contracts, but that you couldn't start building until the roads are done. Is that correct? When she reached out to Republic Grand Ranch about the roads, when they were going to be complete, they said So basically, Republic Grand Ranch is saying that some builders can still build without utilities in place, specifically electrical and water, but she's not sure if they're telling her the truth. So what is the situation with Republic Grand Ranch?
So can I build a house without utilities?
Without roads, utilities, and yeah. I
can build a house without all three of those things. It's going to be very expensive. So I will say that there are a number of accessible lots in Republic Grand Ranch. So yeah, and we are starting to sell, in fact, this week, selling homes in Republic Grand Ranch. So that's a doable thing. There are a number of the lots that have been sold that are accessible. The roads have been completed. There are an even larger number of lots that have been sold that the roads are not complete. And you cannot get to them, at least not without a very expensive charge from companies that are taking stuff out there. So,
right.
And then, yeah, water and power. I would discourage you from starting that process without water and power. Now, our upfront process does take some time. So if they're going to have water and power at your section in the next, 90 to 120 days, it's not going to be an issue. Just know that we will not release the home to construction until water and power are at least in front of your property. Because Republic Grand Ranch, of course, they can say whatever they want and they can sell that real estate to you and it can convey. They do not have power. Excuse me, that's the wrong word. They do not have control ultimately over that power company. I mean, Mid-South is going to run that power. Actually, I think it might be St. Electric Co-op. I can't remember which power company is over there, but they don't have total control over that power company. That power company will get that power run when they have the staff and resources to do so. Now, no doubt Republic Grand Ranch is paying them to do that, so there's a transaction happening there, but ultimately, the power company will decide when power is going to get there, not Republic Grand Ranch. Same goes for the water. The water company will decide when they're going to put water lines in there, not Republic Grand Ranch. They have some assurances, I'm sure some delivery schedules they have to meet, but everything is so unpredictable right now. We would not be able to release you to construction until water and power running in front of the property. That being said, again, you've got some time between when you give us that deposit and when it gets released to construction that we can be doing everything and most likely even protect your price as long as something crazy doesn't happen with power and water. So like I said, we're writing contracts now and there are a number of lots that are perfectly accessible in there. So great question.
Okay, awesome. All right, we've got Chris. He is headed out to Huntsville on the 12th to look at this model. Awesome.
Cool.
You're going to love it. We've got Shannon. We're using board and batten on the exterior. What caulk is used in between each board and what grade exterior paint is used?
Ooh, okay. So it's an acrylic caulk, or it's actually silicone-based caulk that we use on the outside. Obviously, it's designed for exterior use. So as long as it's kind of exterior use caulk, it's fine. And then there's not really a grade of exterior paint that we specify. I mean, the colors that we offer, they are a specific grade from the manufacturer. But and quite frankly, right now, Shannon, it's a little bit of a challenge getting paint, particularly exterior paint. So I would want to just kind of behoove and push later until your house is supposed to get released to construction to specify that, because Sherwin-Williams is substituting stuff even as we speak.
Right.
They won't substitute the color. Okay. Like the color has to be the color, but we're seeing substitutions based on just what is available. There are major manufacturing breakdowns in the paint business right now across the country.
Well, are we still in a situation where in some areas they're actually telling us to go get a different brand of paint that Sherwin-Williams can't assist? We
have, yeah. It's more so concentrated in San Antonio where that's happening, but it is happening. Where Sherwin-Williams is selling and saying, hey, you're better off color matching ours to another manufacturer and going from there. So we're contacting those customers when that happens and going.
All right. We got Will tuning in from Klondike.
Hey, Will. Welcome back, man.
And then we have another long question from Polly, so I will read it first and then pop it up. On our tour of your models, love the Breckenridge and Canyon. Upon visiting the LaSalle, I really love the home, except for the kitchen. If it had been more like the Breckenridge and Canyon with lots of storage space, it would have been a hard pick between the LaSalle and the Breckenridge. All models are beautiful. We are sold in the Breckenridge for our forever home. Thanks for giving us models to look at and realize how wonderful the homes truly are. Hint, a daughter and her husband are building the Canyon.
Very cool.
Awesome. All right. And Tara is asking, just so I can have an idea on the plan you are showing, what is the cost difference in changing the direction of the cathedral ceilings and adding the extra windows? We won't be changing our plans now. Thanks for answering all the questions.
Well, actually, Tara, the cathedral ceiling in the LaSalle only is available one way. We don't do it what I would call left to right in the LaSalle. It only goes front to back. So there's only one price to do the cathedral ceiling in that home. So I'm sorry. I wish I was more help, but we don't have a side to side cathedral ceiling. We don't have a way to change the direction of the cathedral ceiling in the LaSalle. Or at least not one of our pre-designed options. I'm sorry.
All right. Peggy says, just checking. We moved into our Livingston B in Fannin County and have lived here about a month now. Love it. Thanks to Nydia and Mitchell for making it happen. Be patient, new customers. Tilson will come through for you. Thank you, Peggy. Oh, she says she meant just checking in.
Okay. Welcome back. Yeah, I will say that the cathedral ceiling that's for the family room and porch, the way you see it on our model and on the website, is about $28,000. So
okay,
I hope that helps. It's not that. That's to go from flat and on both ceilings. So it's not just a family room ceiling.
Yeah, it does that porch as well. Yeah,
porch. It does truss. It does the windows. Of course, everything. So it's kind of a package deal. And
Jessie's saying she wonders who Polly's daughter is. Hint, hint, it's me. Awesome. Well, let's take a look at that kitchen.
Yeah, let's check it out. Keep asking. Immediately off the family room, you'll see the kitchen area. First, you'll notice this huge island, large workspace that could actually be an eat-in bar. In addition to that, it has a sink that faces out to the family room so that whoever's working in the kitchen can still be engaged with what's being entertained in the family room, which is really nice. Immediately behind that is a large cooking area where we've brought more of those outside elements in. So you'll see stone, cedar, and a lot of elements that you can see on the outside of the home that we're using on the inside to bring that kind of ranch style or farmhouse feel onto this.
There's that kitchen. In this one, a lot of the storage space is actually in that corner pantry. Yeah. You can get a ton of stuff in there. So yeah, it doesn't have, somebody was comparing it to the Breckenridge. It's definitely not as much cabinet space as the Breckenridge, but that pantry kind of takes that up because the Breckenridge doesn't have a actual physical pantry. It has the cabinetry pantry.
Awesome.
But that's great. Everybody keep dropping your questions in the comments, and we'll be answering them. And then Kristen has a comment on the cathedral ceilings. We're wanting the cathedral ceiling that's in the Wimberley in the LaSalle. Is that possible?
Okay, well, I think as long as you're not doing the bonus room, it could potentially be done, but you would not be able to do the bonus room and bath and everything upstairs if you did that, because in the Wimberley, it goes from the kitchen all the way to the end of the family room. So
okay.
The kitchen, we need part of that space above the kitchen for the bonus room that we have in the LaSalle. So if you weren't doing the bonus room, it would be potentially possible to do that.
All right. And then Tara is asking what the color of the cabinets are. Those are actually cabinets from our previous manufacturer. So we'll take a look. And we had another person asking if we can post the selections. A lot of our manufacturers changed right after we built this model. So we'll kind of put together a list of what's in there and what is the closest equivalent. We'll put that together for you after the show. And then we have Lewis asking, are customers allowed to choose the sheathing and construction of their home in specific ZIP-R system, OSB, and installation?
So we, if you want to inquire about a price to go to ZIP, we can do that. But no, we don't typically have options on the sheathing. And installation, we do have a couple of options. Typically, it's just batt installation or spray foam, and that depends on where you're building, Luis. It could be if you're building in a climate zone 3, we're going to do spray foam anyway. So, but no, we don't typically install zip panels. But I'm not going to say we couldn't potentially inquire on a price for that. Okay. But it's definitely going to be more than OSB.
Okay. And Kristen is saying she would not want the bonus room on the LaSalle. So it sounds like we could figure out the Wimberley ceiling for her.
Yes.
We've got Liz tuning in. She's building the LaSalle in Henderson County. Awesome. And then Jesse's letting us know that she has to step out. She's got a work meeting. So come back and finish later.
Take us with you. We'll show all of it.
Have everybody watch.
I love a good meeting. Everybody knows that internally.
They're your favorite. We all know. All right. Well, let's move and look at my favorite part of the space, the master suite.
Let's check it out. The jewel of this home is the master suite. You'll notice that it's completely sequestered from the rest of the home. It's not adjacent to any other rooms, which is really unique in its design. And it has large soaring ceilings with cedar accents. You can fit huge king-size furniture in there. But the biggest part about it, besides that it looks out onto your space, onto your land, is on the other side it opens up to one of the most luxurious and spectacular master bathrooms we've ever built in a model home. It has a freestanding tub. We've actually done an optional walk-through shower at this particular home. It has multiple shower heads. It has glass deco tile, and there's, of course, tons of granite countertop space with undermount sinks. You got widespread faucets that just really make it an elegant design, and that leads into a huge walk-in closet.
What do y'all think of that? Amazing.
Yeah, the bathroom is killer in that house. I'll never forget when it was under construction. I went in there and saw the size of the shower. I was like, this is ridiculous. What are we doing in here? But it has been very well received. Yeah, and so much so that we're putting it in other designs, like crazy.
Yes. Yeah, we're including it in other designs. We've had customers who have added it into other plans on their own. It's just a beautiful, beautiful space. So this is the alternate master. And again, this is a change from the standard layout of the plan. So we also rendered what the standard bathroom would look like, which is still a very nice space. Not quite as much bling to it, but you still got the separated vanities, nice soaking tub and a stand-up shower. So it's awesome. Very, very beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like that master bath is more than adequate for but if you do want that additional touch of luxury with the ceiling treatment and the cedar accents in there, and yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. And then that closet, I love it. It's got, very huge and just, has its separate spaces and just amazing.
What I don't know if you were able to see as you're going into the closet, there is kind of a double door storage space outside the closet for linens, towels, washcloths, all that kind of good stuff. So that stuff's got plenty of space for storage.
Yeah, it's a great, great space. We've got Rachel. We're excited to build a new Tilson home in Gunter, Texas. These plans are beautiful. We are leaning towards the canyon. Any way to put the LaSalle master bathroom in the canyon, not the upgraded one?
It would be close. I mean, it's going to be a little bit tight if the canyon doesn't have a tub, and then we have an option for it to have a tub. So you might look at that custom option first, since you're not really interested in necessarily having the upgraded LaSalle bathroom. You'd be fine with just the shower and the separate tub. Check that out on the canyon. We do have an option that accommodates that. You're a designer can probably sit down with you and sketch out fitting the most important parts of the LaSalle bathroom into your canyon.
Okay. Then we have Linda asking, how can I get a sample of the flooring I selected back in February or so?
Ooh, that might be a very tall order. I'm not sure that we're going to have, the manufacturer probably doesn't even have any samples any longer if it was selected that long ago, Linda, because I know they changed the samples out, and when they, we just have to get a hold of the Bernie office and see if they could reach out to our flooring provider and see if we could get a sample.
Yeah. So no, it's been difficult to even get samples of our stuff for Waco. They're tight on that right now.
Yeah, well, and again, this is one that there's a very good chance that, that certainly if it was selected then, and homes under construction, the dye lot, the sample's not going to match. They've changed, machinery out since then. They've changed the dye lot out since then. The sample that was done back then would not look, if they stamped out a sample, next week and sent it to our office, it's probably not going to look the same as what was the sample that was done in February. So just trying to be perfectly transparent.
Close, but not exact.
Yeah.
Chris is asking if there's any way to get to the Salle bathroom in the driftwood.
I'm assuming you talk about the upgrade one because the drift one's already kind of like that. You have to add some space. You may have to push that master bedroom back.
Yeah.
Or push the garage forward to get some more space in there. Obviously, bump it out to the side. So yeah, you're going to have to add some square footage, and yeah, most likely.
Okay. Kristen's asking if we go with the standard bathroom, will a freestanding tub fit?
It will be very close. We have to have enough clearance around the freestanding tub to finish the walls. So we definitely want to lay that out and be sure. But there's probably a way we can get it to fit with taking some of the space out of one of the rooms next to it.
Yeah, we maybe could scooch a little out of the shower too.
Yeah,
we can probably come up with something. All right. Tara is asking, we are going with concrete floors. How easy is it to go back after we close to add tile on top of the floor ourselves? Would we have to strip the floor? Can we tile directly on top? Planning on adding tile and beam and all the extras myself after we close.
Okay. So yes, you can add tile later. We've certainly done it on not only customers' homes, but even on some of our own models. It is best to at least take a kind of there's a product that you use to kind of take the shiny surface off of it. This basically kind of makes the thin set more adhesive when you're going to do it. But it's a pretty simple process to do that. And then then you just do your thin set, your tile right over top of it. It's not a big deal at all.
Okay, perfect. And then Megan is asking, can you add a freestanding tub to any plan, and what is the cost?
We can add a freestanding tub to just about any plan. We can do it to any plan if you are willing to make some accommodations to the plan. We actually don't have the pricing for the freestanding tub on these, but reach out to your design consultant and they can get you pricing on a freestanding tub.
Okay, perfect.
Because it's going to change whether it's in lieu of a standard tub shower combo or if it's in lieu of a shower that's already there and adding a tub, so that the pricing
right.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, because we credit you back for what's already there and then add in, and then there's also different options and sizes for the freestanding tub. Your design center can help you out with that. Okay, everybody keep adding your questions down into the comments. We are going to move on and look at the dining areas of this plan.
Immediately adjacent to the kitchen is an eat-in breakfast area that is a nice place to relax for that morning cup of coffee. You're looking out onto your land. You can look out onto the outdoor living space, and also it's the place where people can come in and out from that outdoor living space and from the backyard, and they're not entering immediately into the family room. They're actually coming into this eating space directly into the kitchen, which is really helpful. One other room that's immediately off the foyer is the formal dining space. Now, this room could be used as another space if you'd like to, but we have it set up as a formal dining area because a lot of our homeowners do like to entertain, and this is a great place to have overflow guests or to have that formal Thanksgiving dinner.
So lots of options there.
Yeah, we're kind of getting, I'm not going to say 50-50. It's more like 20-80 on people who want dining rooms versus those that don't. So we'd like to hear the comments. Are you a formal dining room person? Are you not a formal dining room person? We did it in this home because the house ended up being over 3,000 square feet. And we just kind of felt like
did you have one? Yeah.
Have formal, but we've had customers that turn that into a study or a place to homeschool. We've seen that done as well. So anyway, we'd like to hear your comments, but it is a beautiful space, looks great in the model, and obviously very easily accessed from the kitchen. So makes sense.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of designers saying that the formal dining room is coming back. That now people are used to spending more time in their homes, and it's becoming a space that people are starting to consider it essential. But let's see what everybody's saying. Eric is commenting. He put the freestanding tub in his LaSalle at an angle, and it's awesome. So
cool. Yeah,
that answers that question. Yeah, that was a great idea. Kristen changed it to an office. So instead of the dining room, did the office. Chris is not a dining room person, would use it for something else. Shannon also changed hers into a study. So everybody on this show seems to be not dining room. Wendy is asking, how easy is it to substitute doors for windows in the living room and primary bedroom?
Well, I mean, it's fairly easy. We ideally would like, in situations like that, for them to be covered. So if you're going to put a door where there's currently a window, we'd like it to be where there's cover. Simply because doors are harder to seal than windows. They're designed to open the entire openings, whereas windows really aren't. They kind of slide up, but they're, for the most part, waterproof, water resistant, better word. So anyway, it's just, letting us know what type of door you want. You're probably going to want some type of French door unit. They can be single or double. French door simply means any kind of door with a window in it. French door doesn't necessarily mean 2 doors. So, but it's pretty easy. Very easy to set those doors. You get credit for the window and you get charged for the door. So
okay,
that's simple.
Great. Jackie is asking, is it possible to change to a freestanding tub if you haven't poured foundation yet?
If you're already released to construction, it's probably too late. A lot of those things are already ordered. I mean, Kohler is tubs are on a 12-week lead time in a lot of cases, 12 to 16 weeks on tubs of all kinds. So it's probably a little late in the game to be changing it.
Okay. We've got Liz chiming in. She also turned her dining room into a study.
There you go.
And Tara switched out the formal dining in our Laporte for the larger kitchen and a much larger open dining space. She desperately wanted her sink under a window and not in her island. Yeah, I agree. I like that better too. All right, awesome. Well, guys, keep asking questions.
Keep asking. These are great questions. Keep asking.
Yeah, these are awesome. And then let's take a look at the other bedrooms in this home.
One of the most spectacular parts of this design is actually a completely separate mother-in-law suite. It's still part of the home, but it feels completely apart from the rest of the house, so that if you have a mother-in-law living there or an older teenager or even guests that are coming to stay for multiple days, they have their own space. It has its own in-suite bathroom. And the owners still feel like they have their own space, and it's a really unique design that we'll be able to incorporate pretty efficiently into this home. So finishing off this 4-bedroom, 3-bath layout are the 2 spare bedrooms that are on the front of the home. Great place for kids or guest rooms. They do share a bathroom that has its own granite countertop, undermount sink, shower, tub area, and plenty of storage for extra linens, towels, and things like that.
Yeah, so I like the fact that the bedrooms, while they're on the same, well, actually, so you got some sort of bedrooms on the other side of that same side of the house, master, but this other kind of mother-in-law, or I'm gonna call it a teenage suite, super versatile and great place for guests. It's been very, very popular among folks. So
yeah, absolutely. And it's a great space. Also has a really huge closet in there, which you didn't get to see, but it's got a nice large space there.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got Martina, another one, turned our dining room into our master bedroom and made the master our gym. Oh, wow. Very creative.
Serious about their fitness.
Yeah.
The Skates house, they're not playing around.
Lorena's asking, which plans have a window sink? So a sink, the kitchen, the sink is under the window. So I know the Abilene alternate kitchen is done that way.
Abilene's done that way. We have a way to do I think it's the Refugio. We can do that way. I mean, we could do it on a number of plans. It's funny you mentioned that, because that's actually one of my wife's favorite features in a home. Yeah. And she sometimes has a hard time finding a plan that she likes. Thankfully, that means we don't have to build her many of them. But a kitchen sink looking to the outside, and she's kind of indifferent on whether it's the front or the back, as long as it looks outside. So I found that kind of interesting. But.
Yeah. Is it the San Gabriel model?
Yeah, San Gabriel.
Yeah.
You can do it with it. It's looking into the family room, but there's a window on the front of the home. You could easily do the old switcheroo and make it look out the front.
All right. Perfect. All right. Wendy is asking, is there a standard ceiling height in your homes? If so, what is it?
No, there's not.
That's fair.
The ceiling heights vary by plan and by design. We have ceilings that from 8 to 18 feet.
Right.
And it really just depends on the plan. So there are some series of plans where there's nothing less than 9 feet, but even those, it's still going to vary by room. So
Absolutely. Denise is asking, could you make the kitchen and dining area larger by taking out the dining room in the LaSalle?
the kitchen and dining area. You could. It's going to be a little bit awkward shaped, but yes, we can absolutely do that, and have done it in the past. So.
Yeah, probably what you'd want to do is switch the kitchen, like put the kitchen where the dining, like the breakfast area is right now, because you've got the pantry on the wall that's in between the two. So you'd want to scoot.
Yeah, I've also seen some folks that did. We did made the pantry a lot larger by. Didn't do the whole thing as we didn't do the entire dining room as pantry, but we took the pantry out of where it is now, made that more cabinets, and then made access into the dining area. We actually divided the dining room up into pantry and part of the garage.
Okay.
A storage workplace in the garage. So
Nice. Tara is asking, how big was that girl's room and what size bed was that?
Okay, I think it's a double in there. I was actually going to go look. It might be a queen.
Yeah, it's at least a full, and that room is just under 15 feet by a little bit over 11 feet.
Yeah, it's big.
It's a big
one. It might be a queen. It might be a queen. I don't have the invoice to reference, so.
All right, we can ask the Huntsville people, they'll know. Joy is asking, can the front bedroom be turned into a study that would be across from the formal dining room?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tracy says, we are building the Frio live oak and added a French door in the laundry room. Our plans do not show any type of covering over this door. Should we discuss this with our building supervisor when we meet?
No, Tracy, if it's gone through our design and drafting team, you're good to go. It's changes like that. That's why they're one of the filters that these things go through, and they're probably they'll do things to make sure. Sometimes they'll have it swing out instead of swinging in, but there's things that we do to make sure that to minimize the process of it leaking, and then we take the flashing around it. Do a little more flashing around the door to make sure it's not going to leak. So if you're already out there in the field, it's already gone through our estimating team as well as our design drafting team. So you're in good shape.
Okay. All right. Tracy is saying my sink under the window didn't come with the upgraded plan. I had to change things around to make it happen. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kristen is saying my number one request is a sink under the window. Our sales consultant and I can't come up with anything though. Could someone brainstorm this with me?
Yeah, I don't know what design you're looking at, but it may not be able to accommodate it, depending on what the design is.
Yeah, Kristen, which plans are you looking at? Like, what are your must-haves that you're starting with? So maybe we can see why they're having so much trouble. All right. Well, let's go ahead and see what's up next. Is that utility room and garage that come with this plan?
So most of our customers, of course, are building in a rural area, and they really need that larger than just a regular utility room. So in this design, we've incorporated a drop zone mudroom area that's actually outside of the utility room, so that a lot of those things that need to get stored, your backpacks, your muddy boots, umbrellas, different things like that, don't find their way into the utility room space, making it a very small and cramped space. So your washer and dryer is completely separate from the mudroom space, so they don't clutter one another up. You have plenty of space for that country living. Immediately off of that mudroom space is a garage. It comes already with a 2-car garage. This model home has a 3-car garage built onto it, and our garages are designed large enough to accommodate large SUVs and light pickup trucks.
Okay. All right. So Kristen is saying her number one request is the sink under the window, and she is looking at the LaSalle. So
so on that one, you're going to have to just slide the kitchen all the way to the back and have it looking out. Yeah, so you'd have to swap where the
basically swap these two rooms.
Mm-hmm. And in doing so, of course, you wouldn't be looking out the kitchen, obviously, into the family room, but you can switch those around. where the kitchen, where the sink is, you probably lose a little bit of cabinet space because you have to have the entrance going into the hallway where bedroom 4 is, and you got to have obviously a door going to that covered porch. So, but yeah, it can be done there.
Yeah. I mean, you might be able to move this entrance here too to make that more of a wall. But yeah, you'd basically have to take this kitchen and pop it over here. Unless you did what somebody else was talking about and tried to pull it up into the dining room space. All right. And then Kelsey, for everybody on Facebook, she dropped all of the color selections in there. Thank you, Kelsey. But here they all are. And like she's mentioning in there, this was one of our last homes that was painted with Behr and also with our former cabinet manufacturer. So some of these are going to need to be color matched.
Yeah.
When you go in and select.
Or color closed.
Color closed. Yeah. Color guesstimated. There's lots of online tools and stuff. And then Martina has a suggestion for Kristen. Something I looked at moving the dining room to the sink area, knowing that your eating area would now be near the cabinets. So basically kind of the same thing that we said, that we'd really need to flip those spaces to make that work for you. All right, let's look at something that is unique on this model too, which is that upgraded upstairs bonus space.
Beautiful.
So on this model home, we've actually opted to put the bonus space on it, which adds about another 700 square feet. It can be used as a game room. It can be used as a media room. We have lots of customers that use it as a craft room or hobby room, but it's set up as just one wide open space. It does have natural light coming in, which is really unique for a bonus room. Has a half bath up there that's private to it, as well as a large wet bar area, so you can have your own cold drinks up there.
Very nice. I like the addition of the wet bar up there. It's nice to have that space with, especially if you have teenagers, it's kind of nice. Like when they come over, just send them upstairs with their friends.
Yes. All of your Coke and Dr. Peppers are up there. Don't come down and raid my fridge. Stay away.
Yeah. Well, we used to when our kid, we refer to our kids as like it's the whirling dervish when their friends are over. Like you just kind of hear. I have 2 girls, so when we'd have all the girls over, we would hear like just the giggle, 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 very, very loud in my kitchen, and then they would like go away, and all the food was gone when they left. But it would have been nice to be able to put all of that upstairs and be able to do my thing.
Very cool.
All right, let's see.
I did go back and check on Mrs. Rosinda's design, and we do have the door being out on her laundry room.
Okay.
And it reverses the way the door swings, which makes it much more resilient to leaking. So you're in good shape.
Awesome. Tara is asking, what is the width of the mudroom wall? Trying to get an idea of how big my room will be compared to this model. Mine will be a 5x6 room open area.
Okay, so the mudroom itself is it's hard to say. I mean, the utility room, we're talking about the actual where the washer and dryer go in this house is about 7'5" by 7'2". So it's a little bigger, but it does have an angle kind of where the door comes in. It's a little bit, so it takes a little bit. So it's not a square. It's a trapezoid, I suppose. But anyway, it's a little over 7 by 7.
Okay.
Now, that's not the drop zone. That's the utility room itself.
Yeah, because the drop zone is almost like a hallway kind of area. All right, so Linda is asking, the colors I selected many months ago, will that have to be addressed again, the flooring also?
Well, only if we call you, Linda. If we call you and tell you something is either unavailable or been discontinued or on back order, we'll let you know. We won't. We'll do everything we can to not change it, to reserve it, and we're doing that. That is one of the biggest struggles right now in new home construction in the whole country, is trying to procure stuff, particularly stuff that people have already ordered, and we're prioritizing those things, obviously. But if you don't hear from us, it doesn't need to be changed.
Yep, you're good.
If you do hear from us, it's because we have searched from sea to shining sea looking for it and cannot get it. So.
All right, Louis is asking, is a built-in dehumidifier needed for my house with spray foam insulation?
Yes. Yeah, but that's part of the package that we do. So if you get spray foam from Tilson Homes, the price includes a dehumidifier.
Okay, perfect. And then Joy is asking, can the upstairs bonus space be divided into a game room and media room?
It can. Yeah, it can. It's not going to be as big a spaces as like, say, in our Breckenridge or our Fredericksburg designs. You don't have quite that much attic volume to work with, but I mean, yeah, you could certainly partition it off, but they're not going to be big rooms.
Okay. And then Chris is asking for a ballpark price on the bonus room as shown.
It's about 65, about 65,000.
Okay. All right, awesome. Well, let's take a look at the outdoor space, the backyard that we were talking about earlier.
Very cool. My favorite spot.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Probably the biggest secret when you're coming into the front of the home that you don't notice till you really get in it is the outdoor living space off of the rear. And it's just spectacular, the way that it brings the outdoors in. Again, most of our customers building in rural areas, they bought the land with the intent of really enjoying that open space. And the outdoor living space on this LaSalle does it justice. It's just an incredible place to entertain, relax at the end of a long day, and take in sunsets or sunrises, whichever one you might fancy.
Absolutely gorgeous back there. Just love that porch.
And like you talked about earlier, it's one of the few, design centers we have where you can actually feel what most realistically what it's going to feel like on your property. We're on 2 acres there of wooded, lot in Texas Grand Ranch. So it's a really like real what your backyard might actually feel like. And we didn't clear the entire backyard.
No.
Our property goes about another 60 feet beyond where we've underbrushed even. So to kind of give a buffer between us and whoever the neighbor may be behind us one day. So
that's awesome. Well, that is the LaSalle, folks.
That is the LaSalle. Beautiful home. Thank you for doing that. Guys, any other questions you may want to drop in here? We'll be here to answer them. So questions about design, financing, anything construction related we can help with. But obviously we have all of our various channels that we are on. So we've got a Facebook page, which you're on now, YouTube channel, which you may be watching us from now. We have our website open 24/7. You can book an appointment through there, which is the best way to do it. We have 12 design center locations that are open 7 days a week to serve you, including Waco. Waco is open. I know it's a trailer out there, but we are taking appointments in that trailer. It's very exciting.
Yes.
So that's happening. And what else, Dawn? What else do people need to know about us?
Speaking of Waco, they should know that we're going to do our first in-person seminar in a very long time. It's been a while since we've done one of those, but our next one will be in Waco. Well, I don't know. It's going to be on the foundations because the sales trailer is not quite big enough, but we're planning that for November 20th. So save the date. Eric will be there live and in person.
I will be there live and in person.
Doing a seminar. And then I have a real quick shout out because we have Miss Fortuna who came into our Bernie office today and signed an agreement on her birthday.
So happy birthday.
That happened right before we went live. So I just wanted to give her a special mention. So everybody tell her happy birthday.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Pretty nice birthday present.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah, thanks for setting the bar for everybody, every other husband, Mr. Fortuna. Appreciate that.
Yeah, all the other husbands watching, step up. Get a house for the birthday.
Yeah, awesome. Well, so guys, thank y'all so much for watching. We have tons and tons of content. If you want to go check those things out, we would love for you to watch those things, ask questions on them, drop comments on them. Do like and share them with your friends, family, anybody who may be thinking about doing this. We are here to answer all of your questions anytime. Dawn, thank you for setting this one up. Appreciate it very much. And anyway, we look forward to serving each and every one of you, and we genuinely soon to hope make you part of the Tilson family. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.